Hey there, good morning everyone. Wednesday, the 17th of May, 2023. This morning's devotional is a reading from Matthew chapter 19, reading verses 13 through to verse 15, and they read, Then the little children were brought to Jesus for him to place his hands on them and to pray for them. But the disciples rebuked them. Jesus said, Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. When he placed his hands on them, he went on from there. In our busy, hectic, rush world, it is so easy to push aside many God-given gifts in the name of urgency. We push aside quiet moments of rest and reflection. We push aside moments of genuine, deep connection and stillness in nature, all in the name of productivity. We push children aside with all their questions and those trivial, silly little games that appear to be nonsensical. We push them aside. Here's a question for you. Do you know that you can learn so much from children? For example, how much patience you have. Have you been alone, busy, or wanting to do something, and you've got a little child there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and they are constantly busy asking you things? Man, I tell you, if you ever ask God for patience, he will bring you a little child, and they will show you patience. Remember that you were a child once upon a time as well. But then we decided to grow up and become adults. At the height of Jesus' popularity, a group of parents brought their children to Jesus for a blessing. The disciples deemed this as too trivial for Jesus. After all, he was too important. But Jesus thankfully overheard this and jumped in to intervene. Jesus knew this was the type of precious moment that we are meant to treasure, no matter how busy we may seem to be. Scripture reminds us of what Jesus said. Let the little children come to me. Don't stop them. For the kingdom of heaven belongs to those who are like these children. And he placed his hands on them and blessed them before he left. In our rushed lives, do we know which moments to value and which moments to fight for? Do we know, like Jesus, how to treasure moments of connection with people? Yes, especially those tiny little people in front of us, those ones who look up at you as if you're the towering ogre, those who are right in front of us. Will we welcome the interruptions not as distractions, but as blessings? The little raised hands asking for hugs, a question about a bug or a flower, or about the moon or the clouds, or even a homework assignment. All are put in perspective when we remember, as Jesus did, that we live to love. We don't live to work, we live to love. My dear friends, life can be very busy, but it's not going anywhere when the little children are in front of us. And we tend to overlook those treasured moments when a child may have crowded your space for some attention. For example, if you're in a Zoom meeting and a little child comes rushing into the office and they want your attention, it's quite embarrassing. I've seen how some parents react to this. They shush the child in the hope of not disturbing the meeting. The meeting is going to continue in any case, with or without you. Give attention to your child. Don't be one of those people who has regrets later on in life that they did not spend enough time with their children. May the Lord be with you. May he bless you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.